Hi everyone, it's nearly time to start our March practice challenge and I'm really excited that you're going to help me establish some good practice habits because I need to get back into practicing for uni, which I start this month. So we're going to use Tonara practice app for logging our practice, and I've done a short video which I'll link to separately which just steps you through how to record your practice time in Tonara. But if you, after watching the video, have any questions or want to bring your device into lesson, I can step you through it that way as well. Please send me a message if you need me to reset your Tonara login, and then we can get you on the app as quickly as possible. So the whole purpose of our practice challenge is to set some achievable practice goals each week. If you do 3 minutes, 3 days a week, every week in March, you will win a prize. If it's 2 days a week, 10 minutes, every week, 2 days, 10 minutes, you will win a prize. It's about consistency and establishing really good habits that we can build on and extend. My tips are pick the same time every day to make it a routine, make it a habit. If you know that you've got football training, netball, Kumon, whatever it is, and it's a massive day, probably best to schedule it for another day when you don't have as much on, so that it's really achievable. So it might be at 7 in the morning on Mondays, Thursdays and Saturdays. You sit down and do 5 minutes of practice. But it's just to keep it consistent, make it achievable, and make it a really good habit that can continue on, so that practice is just another part of your day. It's not something to dread, it's not something to avoid. I have people come to lessons making terrified excuses because they haven't had an opportunity to practice. You don't need to be scared of practice. It's great to do targeted practice, so I send lesson notes after every lesson. If you can work on some of those things, and parents, if you can sit down with your kids and say, oh, I cannot wait to hear this piece. Miss Beck told me you started it new this week. Can you play me your favourite bit? You could have some mini concerts with the students in your home and just really give them some great encouragement. Oh, I love hearing you practice. I love how smooth or how bouncy or how fun that song sounded. So really get in there with them and just give them some really positive support. If you notice that they're sitting down and they're tinkering around and having fun playing, that's good too. I love hearing you play piano. I love hearing you sing. Really encourage that time the student is spending with their instrument. So I'll be checking Tonara each week to see how everyone's practice is going. If you don't have access to Tonara, we can do this practice challenge manually. I can print out some very fun practice charts for students to fill in the day and time of their practice, and if a grown-up could just sign it, initial it, and bring it into your lesson, or even just send me a screenshot, just photograph it with your phone and send it to me. So you won't miss out if you don't have access to Tonara. Any questions, please let me know.